Welcome to an experience powered by Pipe TV.
Powered by Pipe TV. You are now watching Pipe TV.
Welcome to Pipe TV. I'm your host, Lil Nat, and I have my girl sitting beside me. I love this woman so much. Julia Robinson, singer, songwriter, she does it all. Please welcome to Pipe TV.
Thank you, Lil Nat. You know I love you too. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here today.
So where are you from, by the way? Because I don't know if I know. You from Harlem?
I'm from Harlem. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Raised, grew up, school?
Originally from California. But was originally from California, but was raised in Harlem. When I decided to get into a group that was called Ex-Girlfriend, and I wound up staying, which was great.
Was there another group before Ex-Girlfriends?
We're the same girls. It was called Petite. Then it was called Pretty Special. The same three girls. That still the same.
What made the name change come about?
We just kept changing it, and the last change was Ex-Girlfriend. That was it.
And why Ex-Girlfriend? Why? Because I asked about names because names are very important. Sometimes names are given to you and sometimes you choose your name. And a lot of times names have a meaning behind it and you'll be surprised to why people have the name of the group or themselves. There's always a story. So why did you guys finally settle on Ex-Girlfriend?
I think it just fit us by full force watching us for the last, it was like 6 weeks in a room together and we were just rehearsing and doing things, and they said, we got it, Ex-Girlfriend. They said it just fits y'all because we was always talking about guys and what's going on, and he did then what happened, girl stuff. You know how that happened. And they said, "Oh, I got it right there. That fits them." Yeah, and that's where Ex-Girlfriend became Ex-Girlfriend.
How was it working with Full Force? Were they your managers, producers?
They was the managers. Then one of them was a manager, and then one was a producer. So it was like that.
A whole family
but they're like a whole family thing. Yeah. But it's real nice.
Then you moved on to work with Norm Adams, right?
Yeah, I worked with Norm Adams for 5 years. And that was, I learned so much from Norm Adams. It was great. He's also, his cousins are Kima and Vita.
Okay.
So Kima's from Total and Vita was with Ja Rule. So, I mean, it just worked. I mean, Norm is a great guy. He's about his business. And I like the fact that I learned so much from him with those 5 years.
You guys had a really good connection together.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. I spent a lot of time in Philly, 5 years in Philly. I mean, just going there, staying there. I practically had my own room in his house.
Right, working on music.
We got a Christmas song out. Yep, a Christmas song, and we did 4 songs together, which were good, you know. But Body Rush was the thing that was nominated for the Grammy, which was great. And now I'm Julia Robertson, the solo artist.
The solo artist.
Yes, the solo artist.
Have you ever thought about being a soloist for a while?
No, I never thought about being a soloist. I always had group intentions.
Okay.
I'm a group person, always been like that. I had no alternative. It just, I had to take the next step.
Right. What was the encouragement to make you step out there and be like Julia Robinson?
Because I said, in the group, a lot of times when you're in a group, you can't show what you personally do. But the good thing is, in Ex-Girlfriend, I had a part to be solo art. I mean, lead singer. Like both. Tisha was a lead singer, but I had parts in lead sing, to sing. So I think me deciding this, it was like, this is the next step for me, and I needed to take that leap. And at first I was a little nervous, but then when I hear myself, when people listen to me by myself, and then when I did and I just can't wait for this album to come out. You guys are gonna get a real R&B album. Okay. A real R&B album. Yeah.
And we haven't had that in a long time.
Yeah.
I'm listening to 80s and 90s music like it's new.
Yeah.
Because it's so refreshing. Nothing going, I don't have anything against the new music, but sometimes the new music is just too straightforward to me. I like that.
Because we old school.
The surprise, the little whispers in my voice, in my ear. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So that real R&B is missed right now.
Yeah. And
are you writing songs?
I wrote Heap, co-wrote with Mr. Major.
Oh, Major. Oh, yes.
Eric Shervington.
Here with us.
Yes, I got a song now. I was in the studio Thursday night. It's called Side by Side. And that's what I want to bring. I think what's missing from the world now is love. Men with women being, real black love. We need that to come back again. And
we thought we had that with Remy.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed in that. But go ahead, we're about you right now.
But from the I'm from the R&B point of view, it's called Side by Side. Is when a woman should be side by side with her man,
right?
And it's a hellified ballad, and I just think the whole album, is gonna be so dope. That I'm just so excited to bring this to you guys in 2024, and I'm working hard on this. I only get a chance, I'm a mother, I'm a worker.
We work that 9 to 5.
Yes, baby, and get up and still get to that studio and make sure I get that music right. And it's definitely gonna be right. It's definitely gonna be right.
I mentioned the title. The title is
the audio biography of Julia Robertson. You live and learn from a lot of people.
Yeah, well, that's what life is about.
Yes.
And as you get older, you get wiser, you start to reflect on certain things, and you try to separate what's not important to what is important.
Exactly.
You got to know, if you have faith, you got to know what's God and what's the devil.
That first.
And sometimes it's hard to determine, but God shine his light and you will know when it is him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And right now I feel like God is speaking to you through this album.
Yes, he is.
He made you come to the front.
Yes, he did.
Brought you out your shyness, because you look like
I am shy.
And said it's time for you to do yourself.
Exactly.
So how does it feel though?
Oh, it's wonderful. I mean, there's so many blessings behind it, Just everybody, the girls in my group are like, oh, I can't wait for it. They came and heard some of it. They were like, oh, this is going to be amazing for people to hear.
So are we going to really learn who you are through
all of my music? And I'm telling my story. Yes.
Biography, that's why it's called the autobiography. Yes.
Leave my son something, a legacy. There you go. Exactly.
What's your favorite song on the album?
I think Side by Side. Side by Side, I think, is a smash. I just know every time we play it, Mr. Major cries. He almost makes everybody cry. Monica in the group that always does my makeup now, she was one of the person, now she does makeup to the stars. Tisha's in the church, and both of them was like, oh my God, this is it.
And when does it come out? You said 2004?
2024. I'm quite sure somewhere like April-ish where we're pushing, because I can't really directly say when, but I know I just was telling Mr. Major I got to come in twice a week, to like just knock more things out, and that's what I'm about to do. To just get it done.
Juggling all of that. Work, being a mom, everything.
Yeah.
What do you do on your free time, real quick? Oh. if there is any time to sleep.
When I talk to you, I was getting that sleep. And my son know not to bother me.
Listen, as we get older, we need that nap.
I need that nap. That's it. And honestly, if I get 3 hours, I'm good. I'll be refreshed. Ooh, I'm happy,
you need that sleep. That's important.
You gotta get it.
Yes. I'm loving your shoes, though.
Oh, thank you so much. They're called Alicia Wang. So I bought them from somebody, and I'm gonna be honest, it was a booster. And when she had them, I said nobody got them shoes. I want them. The box said $300, and I gave her $60. What I told you, I said, "Oh, thank you." She go, "Bring me some more stuff back. Bring me some more stuff."
I love anything.
I keep it 100 at all times.
Yes, those are different, unique. You can rock those.
Saying that, and they're
in
comfortable.
2030 and be like, "Yo, where you got those?"
They're very comfortable. When I put them on, I said, "Oh, they're so comfortable." There's many shoes you put on and ain't comfortable, right?
No, they just for you to go out to dinner, sit down, look cute, get to the car, put your slippers on.
Yes,
and you be
I
like,
do it all the
"Please
time.
let me not look funny walking.
Yes,
I hope I don't look like my feet hurt."
It's so true, man. It's so
the
true.
things we women have to go through to look beautiful and sexy. You know what I'm saying? You men don't have
Tell me. Yes.
the pain in our hair to get our hair braided, cut, perm, weave, burnt with the hot curler, lashes. Oh, let's not. Some of these girls with these lashes.
Oh, they like this, right?
Spider webs. Not natural at all. Yeah. Anyway, tell everybody where we can find you, social media.
You can find me all across the board on Facebook, on Instagram is Ms. Julia Robertson, and I answer all my fans. I speak to everybody. I talk to everybody. Somebody asks me what I'm doing, how's everything, and I send it right back to them. And that's why my fans really care for me, because I keep it 100. 100, and that's the way to be at all times.
And she loves to cook too, so if you follow her on Facebook, you see all the stuff she's cooking.
I be cooking.
I be like, "Girl, I'm hungry. Stop doing that." And I can't eat that right now. I got a shoulder though. I can't have no mac and cheese right now. All them carbs.
That's right. Yeah.
Is there anything you want to share that we missed?
Just keep God first in your life, very much so, and follow your dreams always. Don't listen. Don't stop. Just keep going. That's
There's
the best.
no age in that either.
No, it isn't. No
age. No age. You can keep doing what you need to do.
Yes.
All right, Julia, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure.
Oh, thank you so much.
To see
I love
and
you.
Speak to you. And please let us know when that.
Oh, it will. You'll be the first. Mr. Cox will be the first to know.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. This is Pipe TV. Hey everyone, welcome to Pipe TV. I'm your host, Lil Nat, and we are here with the queen of house music, Chanelle, in the building. Hello.
Good
nice
evening.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, finally.
Yes, right? So how long has it been since you still doing music, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Even more than before. Every year I've had a record out, really since the late 80s. One Man came out in 1989. I had 2 records before that. So technically, really, since 1986, when my first record came out on Profile Records.
Right. How does it feel to be in this crazy music industry for so long?
A lot has changed.
A lot.
A lot has changed. I feel as though I'm a little bit more removed from my fans because of social media. So there is now a barrier as opposed to going to a record pool. I would meet all my DJs, all of the jocks who supported me at the radio station. They would play the new music.
Right.
I would get to meet them. Then we would go into
Then
the
go to a
record
club
stores.
and give them the music.
Exactly.
Right.
Sign autographs at the record store. That's all gone now. Now everything is social social media? How many followers do you have?
Mm-hmm.
How many people are looking at your profile on Twitter, etc.? So there is a barrier. A lot
Yeah,
has
it's
changed.
funny you mentioned Record Pool. I have a friend who runs Big Dog Record Pool, and he was explaining to me like all these crazy changes with the labels wanting to add money, or they wanted to take half his business. They sued him for $2 million. Now you can't even get your record at the Record Pool now.
Yeah.
It's all about streaming.
It's all about streaming and 360 deals, because now the record
360
labels
deals.
want a piece of everything. Back
Everything,
in
your
the day,
tour money,
we
your
had
modeling money,
exactly,
commercial
our tour
money.
our merch, that was sacrosanct. We never gave that up. Every time
Mm-hmm.
I did a gig, I didn't have to kick any money back to the label. Now the 360 deal, they get a piece of everything. Your merchandise, your touring, any type
Movies.
of streaming, everything. Yeah.
Everything. And
That's
how
why
do
I'm
you?
independent. Love it.
I was just gonna ask
Love
you.
it.
Independent is more work, right? But it's worth it.
It is a lot more work, but I get to pick and choose who I want to work with, as opposed to being on the record label. They pick and choose. I write a lot of my own music, so I get to decide what producer I want to work with. I just did a movie. I can step out and do what Chanelle wants to do, not what
Right.
the label has
told you
pigeonholed.
to do, and then you can push whatever single you feel fit.
Right.
Not the A&R telling you, well, this is what's hot right now, so you should go with that.
Yes. And also, too, they kind of, like, I sang house music, but I didn't start off singing house music.
What you started?
I started off singing jazz. I sang at the
Oh.
Green Street Cafe in the city. So my background was jazz and gospel.
Mm-hmm.
But since the record label, the person who signed me at the time was Profile Records, Run DMC was like my label mate. So they were the biggest thing. So
Right.
they wanted to add an R&B artist. So I was one of the first artists they signed.
Mm-hmm.
But after I got there, they really were about hip hop. They really didn't know what to do with me.
R&B,
But they
right.
didn't want to let me go, because God forbid I'd become a star.
Yeah, become bigger than them, and then they
Exactly.
feel like they lost out on
Yes.
something they had 1st. That's how
So
all the
they
labels do.
kind of pigeonholed me. When the record went gold, they were like, well, you have to keep singing dance music because that's where your bass is. Now I don't care about my bass. I sing gospel, I sing jazz, I do what I feel like I'm doing, a show tune,
Whatever your mood is in.
whatever I feel like. Just throw it out there, and whoever
And
buys it,
house
buys it.
music, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, because I love house music, but Jersey is the house place.
Yes.
And with Chicago, right? Is it
Yes.
Chicago also?
So it started in Chicago. I always like to say, because I'm from New Jersey, we kind of put house music on the map at the time. It was myself, it was Blaze, it was Vicky Martin, a diva. I mean, all of us were touring overseas. We were some of the first guys to do some of the bigger TV shows, like, Top of the Pops or Soul Train or whatever. We were really making it a global, genre.
I feel like it still is not as big as it should be, like R&B was. Like some people still don't take to house music like that. What do you think that is?
I think because for the longest it was very underground.
Very.
And when people think house, they think queer. And let's face it, a lot of the best clubs in New York were exactly that, the Garage or the Shelter or whatever. So I think that
Do you think
Madonna tried to push it off into the mainstream,
Right,
and
and
I
it
have to
didn't work
admit,
that
I
way.
kind of was in my feelings. Okay, come for me, Beehive. But Beyonce did not start house music. Just check.
is that what they think?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Right. So she did draw attention to house music, which
She did.
was amazing.
For this generation.
Right, but it did nothing for the rest of the house artists who've been there since the 80s and are still doing it, and it's how we make our living. So thank you, Beyonce, but girl, you could have done more. Just saying.
Yes, you brought that to my attention because I think some people also equate house music to disco a little bit.
Yes, they
And
do.
it's not really that similar
Well,
to me.
It was disco, but then disco had the backlash, and people were like, oh my goodness, not disco! Oh God, I hate disco. So it kind of went underground, and when it went underground, it was Club Zanzibar and all these wonderful clubs in Jersey. As soon as you walked in, you heard that boom. Dum, dum, dum,
The
dum,
bass.
dum. And
And that
you could just
upbeat.
stand there in the garage. I would stand by the speaker, and you just feel it all through your bones. And, that's what it was known for. But people don't even party the way they used to.
No.
I mean, I love my young folks, but you guys just don't know.
They're so
what you're
depressing.
missing. You don't know what you're missing. Thursday night, I had my clothes laid out. I've been clean, hair did, nails did, everything did.
Their
to go out to the
music
club.
is
And we would get
so
there at
different.
10, 11 o'clock.
Yep.
The club opened at midnight. I'm leaving at 6 a.m. I'm going to work
And
because
you
I've been there all night.
Yup, you leave, go straight to work. Absolutely.
Straight to work.
Yes.
So, I mean, I just feel as though when you go now that there's a lot of posing, there's a lot of people standing
It's
around.
all for the gram.
And, it's like, I have my bottle at my table. But, back then, I really didn't care about that. I danced with whomever. I just loved being out and hearing the music. That's what drew us in, was that music. And, I made a lot of really great friends just, through the years being in this industry.
Right. And yeah, this time now, these kids, I don't know. The music sounds kind of dark to me, some of it. Not all of it, but for the most part, it sounds really dark, like they're in a dark space.
Well, let's face it, this is dark times. I don't want to get biblical and everything.
No, but you're right.
Can we preach about it? I'm just going to say, the Bible foretells that, these hard times and dark times will come, and they are here.
Right.
There's another war in the Middle East, and what's going on in the Ukraine.
We're fighting our own war here.
Office, and then we don't kind of get behind each other. So that's part of it as well, where I see a lot of the other groups really do support each other.
Absolutely.
I've seen friends of mine in the music industry who've done albums, never called me to do backgrounds, nothing. Whenever I would do a gig, I'm like, you know what, I can't do this gig. Let me call so-and-so. Because your gift is not my gift. God has given us, we're all little flowers in the garden. And everyone
there's enough
has their
room for
own
everyone.
gift.
That's right.
So my thing is, why should I be in competition with you? The only competition I'm with is myself. What I'm doing and how I'm elevating myself. And if I can uplift you along the way, it's fine. I'm not going to hate on you because you're beautiful. You got your own talents. I'm like, go girl. But we don't do that.
No.
Especially as women. Oh, my goodness.
I was just going to
Women,
say that.
woo,
We don't
men,
do
you
that
guys
as
got
women.
it together. Women, we got to work
I don't
on
know
ourselves.
if the men got work to do too. I won't say they got it together.
We won't give them a pass, but they're not as bad as
They
women.
got their
women,
egos,
they will hate
too.
you. We'll go to your funeral and talk about you at your funeral. I mean,
Yeah, we do need to uplift ourselves and each other as women, Black women, African American women, however you want to say it, a lot more.
Yeah.
But you're right. In this industry, the music industry, the entertainment industry, it's all like crabs in a barrel.
it is, and it's like cookie cutout. I mean, I'm looking at the different people who are performing. I love the songs. I dance to the songs. But I think in the back of my mind, where is our Sarah Vaughan? Where is our Nat King Cole? I think of those artists that have passed on, and who's doing that work.
Right.
And
There's no
unfortunately-
feeling or emotion behind the music anymore. It's missing that soul.
It is, yeah. It kind of is.
And that's what's missing from R&B. Julia Robinson was here earlier, and we were talking about R&B not being here anymore. And now that you said that, that soul, that feeling is missing in R&B music today.
Yeah, it is. And you can tell when a real artist comes along, you're blown away. You're like, wow. I'm like, perfect example. Turn off the music. Just a cappella. Just sing your song, girl.
Oh, girl, some of them
just
can't do that.
sing your song. No music, no dancers. It's just
Listen, they can't even do their music on instrumental without their verse on there or a TV track.
Yeah.
How about those apples?
Yeah.
I hate to go to a show and see artists singing on their song with the words in it.
Yeah.
And then don't know the words.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
And the audience like, huh?
Right. What guy said was sitting next to me not too long ago. I went to a show and he was like, that wasn't on the record. And I just looked at him and I was just like, we just gonna give them a pass.
They don't do rehearsals. They don't do proper sound check.
No. There were times when I can remember going into a studio and we worked on our dance steps and how to manipulate a microphone, how to manipulate an audience. It's different from singing in a club and going to the Brooklyn Academy of Music where you're now dealing with people who are in the union. I came in one day and I was like, I'm gonna have a smoke machine, and they were like, no, you're not. That's a union job. You don't touch anything. So these are the things that you learn, being in this industry, but they don't really You know,
Yeah, they don't
that's
have
a lot
artist
of that.
development anymore.
Yeah.
They don't.
Motown was king of that.
Yes, they don't have rehearsals, choreography. Like only certain artists
Yeah.
who make the big bucks have all of that. The new entertainers coming up today, they don't really get that experience.
No,
And then,
no.
like you said earlier, technology. Everybody's a singer now.
That's true. That's true. Everyone is.
Everybody's a rapper. Everybody's a model. Everybody's an actress.
Well,
Everybody's something.
Funny story. When I first met my husband, and he asked me what I did for a living, and I said I'm a singer, and he's like, "Of course you're a singer." Everyone in New York is a singer. You're a singer. You're a model. He goes, and you're an actress. I'm like, acting? No, I'm not too good with acting. I'm like, but I do some modeling on the side. When I was size 2. And I said, but no, I'm a singer. So he was kind of like, yeah. So I flew him to Vegas. I was opening for Natalie Cole and Kool and the Gang. And he's like, oh my God, you're really a singer. I'm like, I told you I was a singer. This is how I make my living. I don't go to my 9 to 5. This is my 9 to 5. You're
Right.
in my 9 to 5. I'm going to have my dinner. I'm going to sleep. And then I'm going to go out and do my show.
Yes,
That's how it is.
that's how it is. Do you still model?
No.
Do you miss it?
No. I recently did a movie. I did not want to. It was completely and utterly under duress. I, really good friend, Prudence, shout out to Prudence. She, the woman who was playing the role couldn't do it. So she's
Okay.
like, Shar, can you please do this for me? I'm like, Prudence, I'm not an actress. She goes, you're a singer. Of course you're an actress. I'm like, no. It's a completely different thing. So it was playing a girl's mother. So I'm like, well, I'm a mother. I have a 22-year-old daughter. I guess I could do this.
Yes.
And I actually did it.
Yes.
And it opened, and I have to admit,
So you got the acting bug
I
now?
kind of do. You know, to see my face up on the big screen,
Yeah,
and then when
yes.
the credits roll,
And your name.
and my name is up there.
So now we got to get your song on a soundtrack.
Yeah. So, well, I did do a movie also too, which also recently reopened. So I won't say what year it came out, but Parker Posey. She's now an actress and she's everywhere now. And blah blah blah. But it was like a little tiny movie that they did here in New York, where by day she was a librarian, and at night she went to the clubs. So they asked me what I wasn't in the movie. They just asked me to write a song for the movie soundtrack.
Right.
Didn't that daggone soundtrack go right to the top?
Nice.
And recently they redid it, and I went to the theater to see it again because it's been years. And I was like, wow. So I'm standing back there, and people are like, oh, were you in the movie? I'm like, no, I was in the movie. Just my voice was in the movie. So Parker says, what song is yours? And I'm like, I'll keep coming back. She goes, oh my God, that's my favorite song. I was like, really? Oh, wow. So, yeah, it's something about the big screen and seeing your name up there.
Yes,
I have to
it's
admit,
exciting.
I see the draw.
Okay. Is there any way anyone can reach you? Have any shows coming up? Social media?
I'm doing a show tonight in my shower about 11 o'clock. Just saying.
I'm sure the gentleman would love to join you on that show.
I'm working on new music, so I'm trying to finish my album and get that out. So I've been back and forth in the studio just trying to complete it. But I'm on Instagram under my name, Charlene Blair. I have an artist page, Chanelle, which is also on Facebook. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm around. I'm definitely around. And I think the main thing is I'd like to come back. When I have something really to talk about.
Yes,
just
yes,
really talk
definitely.
about.
Chanel
Yeah.
would definitely have you come back.
Thank you
and
so much.
thank you for coming in to Pipe
Thank
TV.
you.
Really appreciate it. You still look beautiful.
Thank you.
Nothing has changed. Keep singing. Keep doing your thing. Independent labels is always a way to go.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It is. Thank you so much for having me.
You're so welcome. You are watching Pipe TV, and it's Lil Nat.